You are now tuned into a brand new episode of the Simply Ball Dropping Podcast. I'm your host and the man behind the mic, K-Sap. For today, man, you just got to brace for it. Let the takeover begin. Shedeur Sanders has completely shut down the internet, and all the haters are in shambles. Shedeur Sanders will get his first NFL start against the Las Vegas Raiders this weekend, and we're going to talk about it right after this. Well, guys, man, Shedeur Sanders has set the internet on fire. He has completely shut the internet down, and the haters are in shambles because now Shedeur Sanders is going to get his first opportunity to start an NFL game against the Las Vegas Raiders this weekend, and a lot of people are talking about it. Now, we got word because Dillon Gabriel is still in concussion protocol that Shedeur Sanders will be named QB1 against the Las Vegas Raiders on this upcoming game this weekend. It's a late game, and I know it's probably going to be the most watched game in the NFL this year. Everybody's going to tune in to watch Shedeur Sanders, and like I said, let the takeover begin because this young man is poised for greatness. Now, we saw what he did in the second half against the Baltimore Ravens. A lot of people weighed in on that. A lot of people didn't know the circumstances, but we got all the answers that we needed because Kevin Stefanski said that Shedeur Sanders was not getting first-team reps, and this was the first time that Shedeur Sanders had got any reps with the first team is when he was thrown out there in the second half because Dillon Gabriel was knocked out when he was in the concussion protocol. And when the cat was out the bag, a lot of people came at Kevin Stefanski. Like Cam Newton was saying, Kevin Stefanski, I told you guys, he does not want Shedeur Sanders to succeed in Cleveland. Now, today, Shedeur Sanders was at the media day availability, and Shedeur Sanders got a chance to speak because now the focus is on Shedeur Sanders because he's QB1. Also, Kevin Stefanski spoke at the media day availability, and you won't believe what Kevin Stefanski did today. I'm surprised at Kevin Stefanski said Shedeur's name about 4 or 5 times, and he proudly addressed Shedeur Sanders. But before we get off into that, and we show you what Shedeur had to say, and we show you what Kevin Stefanski had to say, we partnered up with Underdog Fantasy, and this is a word from our sponsor. Underdog Fantasy is the best way to play fantasy sports. Let me tell you about the easiest way to get in on some WNBA and NBA action. Find your player, pick higher or lower, win you some extra cash. Pick between 2 to 5 players to fill out your pick'em entry, get every pick right, and win some serious cash. Use my promo code SBD23 and receive up to $1,000 in bonus cash. Now that it's football time, follow Simply Ball Dropping as I share my picks. Like I said, pick your player, choose your amount, win money. Make picks, win cash. Thank you, Underdog Fantasy, for the partnership with us, and thank you for using promo code SBD23 on Underdog Fantasy. Now, guys, with that being said, let's sit back and enjoy what Shedeur Sanders had to say and also Kevin Stefanski. Let's take a listen.
And understand their schemes, understand what they're trying to do on any given down. So that's where we're getting started. Shedeur is going to start at quarterback. Dillon is still in the concussion protocol. He is improving, but obviously we got to put a plan together for all of our players, all of our offense, our defense, our special teams, plan of attack, and give our guys a chance to go execute and play fast. That's the goal. And with that, I'll take any questions.
So what do you think the outlook will be for Shedeur now that he's got a whole week of practice to work with everybody and you guys can design a game plan specifically for him?
Yeah, I think you're always trying to do that, Mary Kay, with all your players to make sure that they're comfortable, and it's no different with Shedeur in there. You want to make sure that all the concepts are things that he feels confident in. Obviously, you know, having been around him over the months, you get a good sense of the things that he's, you know, fit his eye, so to speak. So definitely want to lean into those type of things, and he's working very hard.
Have you seen growth coming from that system in Colorado to what you guys run? How have you seen growth picking that up?
Yeah, we've talked a lot over the course of these months, is just learning NFL defenses for young players, learning obviously our system, but just I always point out to the quarterbacks that every week you're facing a defense that oftentimes has completely different rules than the defense you just played. Whether it's how they play their cover three or some of your blitz protection calls can vary week to week. So I just see Shedeur, Dylan, all of our young guys, but in particular that quarterback room growing a ton, both just with the X's and O's, and then all the work you do in individual periods. I just think all that work adds up. So I do see significant growth from Shedeur and all these young guys.
He said his name 4 times, guys.
No, he'll get every rep.
I'm doing great, can't complain.
Sure, just first off, just how you doing mentally, emotionally, obviously. Headlines about what happened at your home. How you doing after that?
Yeah, mentally, emotionally, I'm in a great place overall. In life, it's always going to be adversity. Things aren't always going to go, you know, as planned, but I would say, you know, I'm prepared for everything.
What's your plan to approach this week, knowing now that you are going to get your first NFL start?
The same how I always am, you know, knowing exactly where everybody's going to be, prepared, understand that they have a great defense, they're coached by a great coach, you know, and they have great players on that side of the ball. So just doing what I can, you know, to prepare mentally, you know, physically, emotionally, to make sure I'm my best self.
Shedeur, how much do you feel that with this start, if you play well, that you know you could sort of cement yourself as the starting quarterback moving forward?
I don't think too much into that, you know. Like I think in the moment, present today, you know, I go over the game plan and make sure I execute that. When you start moving too fast in life, sometimes, you know, you miss the small details of things. So I never want to overlook anything.
He's a smart young man.
Shedeur, what's the 24, 48 hours after the Ravens game? What was your kind of process like in terms of deconstructing that game, going through, you know, your reps, and what were you able to kind of pull away from that you can build off of and as positives?
Really, the positives from that game is just being able to go in there, you know, breaking that barrier, coming off the sideline for so many weeks, you know, and being able to do that. I don't think a lot of people understand. You know how challenging that is from a rookie going into a game. Now, a lot of NFL vets, backup quarterbacks, they've been in the league. You feel me? I'm just coming out of college, you know. So it's a different feeling, but I enjoy it. So you know, as the game went on, and you know, I settled in. Okay,
Settled in.
I know what's going on. So as long as I get comfortable, which I am, you know, each and every day, seeing the guys run the routes and being out there. It feels good. So I know for sure I'm going to do everything in my power, and as a team, we're doing everything in our power to make sure we have success on Sunday.
Shedeur, how much are you looking forward to this week, getting all of the first team reps, because Kevin said you're going to get all of them, to getting all of those first team reps finally for the first time with the starters, and then having Tommy design a game plan to maximize your strengths and your skill set?
Yeah, I'm truly excited for that. Knowing that, you know, I have a piece of offense and a say-so and how things fit my eye and place the players exactly where they need to be, seeing how they come in and out of routes, seeing the structure of the alignment, seeing they set, seeing just having a feeling. Like I'm more of a feel type of person, so that's how I learn, that's how I do everything. I'm just watching, it's just gonna happen. No, like I gotta be out there, feel it, I gotta move around, it's like so many details that it takes for me, you know, to feel my best and play my best. And I'm doing everything in my power, and the team's doing everything, you know, to help me get prepared.
Now, you heard what that young man had to say, man. He gracefully and eloquently spoke. And that's what you want in a leader and a quarterback. And the haters right now, man, they don't want to see it, man. The haters don't want to see it because they got to deal with it now. It's the takeover. Shedeur Sanders is completely taken over. He has taken over every NFL headline there is. And there's other storylines in the NFL right now. But Shedeur Sanders is box office. He's major news. Everybody's talking about it. And now that he's doing that, guess what happens? The world is watching. And the haters can't stand it. And there's nothing you can do about it now. The takeover has started. I see everybody in the comment section, #salute. And if you're not subscribed to the channel, do me a favor. Hit the subscribe button, turn your post notifications on so you know every time Simply Ball drops another hot banger. Oh yeah, just in case I forgot, tell a friend to tell a friend. It might not be for you, but it might be for them. And this is going to wrap up another episode of the Simply Ball Dropping Podcast. I'm your host and the man behind the mic, K-Sap. We're going to catch you on the next one. Deuces.
Thanks for listening to the Simply Ball Dropping Podcast. Be sure to subscribe, like, and share on all major platforms.
That's all, folks.